Hi, I'm Michael Fry, President and CEO of Deepwater Subsea. In this episode of The Daily Grind, we talk about change management and how if you're not changing, you're no longer in business. Let's get into the show. Every company has smart people in their senior leadership teams. At least they should. Board of directors, senior management, obviously highly intelligent people, guys with college degrees, a lot of them from Harvard and Wharton and a lot of different places. But what I want to talk about in this daily grind is how smart are you to be able to manage change to the outside environment? We do a good job as companies of managing change internally. We have management and change processes, we have meetings, we have steering committees, we have all these things that we have in place to deal with our internal issues. But how well do you manage change to the outside environment? Today's business world, it changes very quickly. And what I want to talk about in this daily grind though is how well are you evolving as a company and as a person to not only technology, but to the things that are going on outside your world. The reason I want to talk about it is, we did yesterday our first daily grind live. And what I think is interesting is there's a lot of people who are still fixed on the old way of doing business. I have to take a course, I have to do this, I have to do that. And unfortunately, as we've seen over time, you might have been a superpower 10 years ago, hell, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, and now you're out of business. You're out of business because you weren't able to react to the current state of the industry. And unfortunately, what happens is companies get so fixated on this is the way we do business that then they turn around and they find out that they're last in business because they haven't evolved, they haven't changed very quickly. One of the things that we take great pride in at Deepwater Subsea is we have the ability to adjust to whatever our clients need. And the reason we can do that is we're not fixated on this is what we have to do, this is our box, this is the way we do business. Drilling's drilling. We've been turning to the right since drilling started. Unfortunately, some of the processes and how we go about extracting the oil, it's different. The technology, it's different. The people are the same. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears. We do work the same way we did. Now, technology helps us do it a little bit easier, but the reality is if we're not evolving in how we train people and how we develop people and the tools that they use each and every day to execute their jobs, we're not evolving to be as good as we can be. The reason I want to talk about with this daily grind is yesterday we shot what was called our first daily grind live. And what was exciting about it is it gave us the opportunity to reach out like we do with these daily grind videos, but to interact in real time with the people who want the information. The nice thing about it is these videos are available for replay and you can take them on your mobile device. The reason I think it's very important is with technology today, you hear me a lot talk about the 3 Ps, the people, the process, and the procedures. If you're not evolving to give people the tools that they need to have to be successful, as a company, you're going to find yourself behind your competition. There's companies out there, Deepwater Subsea's one, we have electronic checklists. What it allows people to do is what I like to say is it removes the excuses for why guys can't take the procedures out into the field, why they can't document their notes, why they can't take pictures as references to say, hey, look, this is what I saw in my investigation and in my findings during my maintenance. Unfortunately, if I go offshore today, there's a lot of companies, guys are still printing out pages. They're throwing them in their pockets. They're not reading them. And the reason for that is because companies haven't evolved to utilize technology. So for this daily grind, what I want you to think about is, as a company, how much are you evolving to match the times where we're at today? Do you still do business the way you did 5, 10, 15 years ago? So to kind of wrap this daily grind up, what I want you to think about is, we know from the news, technology changes by the minute. What was hot today is not tomorrow. What was hot 10 years ago is now extinct. The question that I have for you is, are you evolving as fast as technology is to stay ahead of the game, to stay ahead of your competition? Something to think about.